The room was silent for a second. Then came the laughter. "Dad, that's what Mummy used to call you when she's on the phone." I didn't react. I barely even blinked. My son's words echoed in the room. The stillness that followed felt unnatural. My wife's laughter rang out, followed by the forced chuckles of her family. My own parents, there to celebrate my birthday, didn't seem to know whether to laugh or not. But I did. I smiled. It was the only thing I could do. I looked at my son, still sitting at the table, his small hands pushing food around on his plate, oblivious to the weight of what he'd just said. "Come on, love, it's just a joke," my wife said, still laughing. Her voice had that light, carefree tone she always used when she was trying to hide something. A tone I'd come to recognize all too well. But it was no joke, not for me. I stood up, the chair scraping the floor in a way that seemed louder than it was. I didn't look back at them. I didn't need to. They were all caught in their own web of mirth, and I had no interest in being a part of it anymore. I stepped outside, the night air biting at my skin. I wasn't angry. I didn't feel the rage that should have come. No, it wasn't that simple. Anger, like laughter, was a fleeting emotion. This was something else. I walked into the house, past the party, past the noise, and upstairs to our room. I knew what had to be done. I walked over to the drawer and pulled out the spare key to the back door. I didn't even hesitate. I locked her out. The locks on the doors, the ones she used to waltz in and out of with no care, those locks would never open for her again. I picked up my phone and sent one message, one simple line. Cancel her company loan payment. I felt nothing as I pressed send. It wasn't even a thrill. It was just necessary. I didn't go to sleep that night. I sat by the window, watching the darkness. My mind ran through the events again, slowly, methodically. The dinner, her laughter, the words she had whispered when she thought I wasn't listening. I'd been a fool. No longer. The morning came, a pale gray streak of light seeping through the blinds. It was 8:09 a.m. when I received the message. Her company, cars, everything has been seized. I didn't even look at the phone again. I let the silence of the house fill the space. Her absence was already beginning to feel more like a relief than anything else. It wasn't the first time I had felt her slipping away. But before that night, I never knew how much of me she had already stolen. I'd suspected the affair, her late-night phone calls, her meetings that didn't add up, her odd texts that never quite made sense. I'd heard whispers from friends, seen the way she avoided my eyes when I asked questions. But I hadn't wanted to believe it. I didn't want to see it. The lies piled up slowly, like stones in the pocket of a coat I didn't want to take off. I could feel the weight of them, but I never acknowledged them until it was too late. And then there was the phone. Her phone. It was there, lying on the kitchen counter, just within reach. My hands trembled for only a second before I picked it up. I didn't even need to check the password. I already knew it. Her name. Her first name, the one I had first fallen in love with. The messages, they were right there, in plain sight, one after another, hidden behind the screen, each word a piece of the puzzle I had refused to put together. It wasn't just one affair. It wasn't a one-time mistake. It was years of secrets, years of betrayal. I could have confronted her then. I could have screamed. I could have let the emotions flood out. But something in me held back. I needed control. I needed to see it all first. I needed proof. Proof that what I'd suspected was real. And then came the final confirmation. A text from the same man she'd been seeing. The one who had been there all along. The one who had been living a life in the shadows right under my nose. I didn't react. I didn't feel the sting of betrayal, not in the way I should have. I only felt clarity, and it was cold. She came home late that afternoon, looking every bit the image of the woman she thought I didn't know. She smiled, that tired, fake smile she always wore when she came back from a day of deception. She never questioned the silence. She never asked what had happened to the locks or why her phone had stopped receiving messages. When I handed her the envelope, she didn't even blink. She opened it slowly, scanning the paper inside. Her eyes widened, and for the first time there was no mask, no calm demeanor. "What is this?" she asked, her voice cracking. "The truth," I said, my voice detached, calm. She didn't ask me how I knew. She didn't need to. She already knew. I didn't say another word. I stood up, walking past her, my every movement controlled, precise. I heard her crying, but I didn't look back. The door closed behind me with a soft click. I didn't feel anything as I walked away. Not relief, not satisfaction, only clarity. Her law firm would contact her soon, asking for the loan payment. They would tell her the company was in ruins. Her car would be repossessed. Her friends would abandon her. I wouldn't be there to watch. I didn't need to. I didn't care. I had already moved on, and that was enough.